So, it's your boy Bernard, the Scarlet Spider. Welcome to another episode of the Angry Blerd podcast, where I will be discussing everything nerdy that has caught my eye this week. Forgive me, I am a little bit tired. I was at Otakufest all day. I will get into that later. Don't worry, I have my W with me. I tried a little experiment. So I have the cherry limer W, and I bought some cherry limeade to mix it with. So I'm gonna see how this comes out a little bit later. But I have to start this podcast on a somber note. I have to give a rest in peace to Daveigh Chase. So Daveigh Chase was an actress. She died at the age of 35. People in my age range may know her for playing Samara in the Ring movies. I didn't watch The Ring because just wasn't interested in. I think I saw The Ring too, only because I worked at the movie theater when that movie came out. Um, but I mainly know her for playing Samantha Darko and Donnie Darko and S Darko. S Darko isn't a good movie. They tried, but it just didn't have the same magic that Donnie Darko had. She was also the voice of Lilo and Stitch. She was the English voice of Chiriho Chichiro Ogino in Spirited Away. Uh, she was also in Beethoven's Fifth. She did a movie in 2016 called Yellow Romance, where that was her last acting role. Did TV here and there. Did the Lilo and Stitch animated series. She did voice work on Fillmore. Uh, she was on Oliver Bean. Okay, I vaguely recall that show. I did not know she was on it. She was on Big Love with Bill Paxton. She was also on an episode of Charmed and an episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. But yeah, she passed away a few days ago on the 16th. Like I said, she was 35. Uh, Apparently, she suffered from severe malnutrition, and when she was in the hospital, she was diagnosed with meningitis and had severe systematic bloodstream infections. Um, and this was like early this month. But yeah, her boyfriend started a GoFundMe for her because I'm not sure if this is like true or what, but like some people said like she was homeless, like living in Skid Row in LA. But yeah, apparently she passed away from septic shock and subsequent organ failure caused by the infections. And her boyfriend made the announcement of her passing um, TMZ. So yeah, I mean, I was actually getting ready to watch Donnie Darko in a few weeks. I usually watch it like around July, although nothing in that movie, the best of my recollection, takes place around the 4th of July. It's just one of those movies like I watch around July, even though it came out in October. Um, and I've been on this podcast talking about how much I love the movie, but at the same time I hate it just because of the wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. Like, did it really happen? Did it not? What's going on? And S Darko is about her character Samantha. I tried to watch it when it first came out in 2009. I have something in my eye. Forgive me if you're watching the video. Um, shit. Seriously, there's like dirt or something in my eye. Um, I tried to watch S Darko in 2009 when it came out. I can't recall if I finished it or not, but I do recall seeing that it wasn't good, and that was the overall general consensus of the movie, unfortunately. But yeah, I just remember like she had a dance competition in Donnie Darko, and I believe Patrick Swayze was a teacher, and his character was a pedophile. So yeah, there's a lot going on with Donnie Darko. But check out Donnie Darko. Watch Lilo and Stitch if you never seen the animated movie. watch Leroy and Stitch in Lilo and Stitch the animated series because she also returned to reprise her role as Lilo for series on Disney. I also have to give a rest in peace to Claude Guillemot. So Claude Guillemot, he was actually one of the founders of Ubisoft, alongside his brother, his brothers. He actually founded with there's five of them. So it's Claude, Yves, Michael, Gerard, and Christian. Um, he passed away actually yesterday at the time of this recording, June 19th, from a plane crash in France. So if you don't know Ubisoft, they are responsible for Prince of Persia, I believe Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, Rayman, which like I talked about, was it last week, the week before, something like that. Uh, but my friend from middle school let me borrow his copy on PS1. Far Cry, Driver, the Tom Clancy games like The Division, which I might have right here. Yeah, Division 2. Um, so yeah, he was actually, I guess, with his flight instructor, and they crashed into a field on their way to an airfield in France. So yeah, the aircraft was destroyed on impact, and he was 69 years old. Yeah, I got to give a rest in peace to Claude Gilmont and Daveigh Chase, who I never knew how to say her name. I always said Daveigh for some reason. There's no U in there at all. It's just literally, sorry, uh, it's just literally Daveigh. It's like that DA threw me off. All right. So I went to not Ultra Otaku Fest today. This is the first Otaku Fest that was in Palm Beach. It's usually down in Miami. Honestly, I had no interest in going until they made the announcement that Nicholas Draper Ivy was going to be there. For those of you who don't know Nicholas Draper Ivy, he drew Static Season 1 and Static Shadows of Dakota. Co-wrote Seasons of Dakota as well. He also did the cover for the Black Panther soundtrack. The one with Kendrick Lamar, not the score album with Ludwig Göransson. So I mainly only went to meet him. I printed out a giant 3 foot long by 2 foot wide static poster. I gave that to him. I also printed out a 8 by 10 of that poster and got it signed. I'm actually gonna grab this stuff real quick. It's right here behind me. So I got 2 prints from him because even though I do go to these conventions to like get stuff signed, I still like to support the artist. So I got that Akira homage. So I got that Akira. You really can't see it because he signed in silver, but it's like right here. And he signed this Batman Beyond Static one in gold. I got my like I said, I printed out an 8 by 10 of that I got signed. So I'm gonna get that framed. Pretty much signed in the same spot. I don't know why on this one he likes to sign like crack in the sidewalk. And I got my 2 hardcovers for Shadows of Dakota and Season 1 signed. So he signed on the front. At first, I was like, dude, can you sign on the inside? Because I'm pretty sure that's going to get messed up. And lo and behold, it already did. Like the B right there, my name is already fucked up. So signed on the inside. That one, Shadow of Dakota, same thing. Um, cool dude, you know. um, so yeah, I took a picture with them and everything. That'll be posted like right here so you guys can see. So glad like there wasn't anything I really wanted to buy at that convention because I didn't really have no money for it. So yeah, I really hope my power doesn't go out. Why is it raining? Thundering. I really I might go out tonight. Walter Jones was there, aka Zach. Told him that our mutual friend Ken is hosting karaoke tonight at Hullabaloo. Gave him the address, told him to pull up, told Ken, we'll find out. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get into my stories because at this point I am just rambling because once again, not a lot of stuff going on this week. I don't know what's going on if everybody's just waiting for SDCC or what. But Sony has decided to put out a statement on how AI will evolve the PlayStation experience. So this is part of their annual business report. So for starters, Sony removed any mention of any games going to PC in his annual business report and added details on how it would utilize AI in game development. So this is just the Cliff Notes version, but there's a full report that you can read if you want to. I'll link it in the description for those of you who are listening. So let's say it. As AI lowers barriers to creation and increases the volume and diversity of content, the PlayStation platform and studios are expected to remain critical in delivering high quality experiences and helping players discover the right content in an increasingly crowded landscape. In the studio business, AI powered tools are automating repetitive workflows and improving productivity across areas such as software development, quality assurance, 3D modeling, and animation, allowing production teams to focus on building richer worlds and gameplay experiences. Across the platform business, AI is driving efficiency, personalization, and customer value at scale, while continued investments in AI and machine learning are expected to push visual fidelity forward and deliver high quality player experiences. Overall, AI is expected to unleash the creativity of Sony Interactive Entertainment Studios' power. I'm sorry. Overall, AI is expected to unleash the creativity of Sony Interactive Entertainment Studios, power a more curated and consumer-centric platform, and enhance the PlayStation experience, supported by its global player base, deep IP library, and integrated ecosystems. So I already knew this was going to be a problem from when they announced the PlayStation Pro, PS5 Pro. It's going to be AI powered, and I get that people are using AI like as a buzzword because everything is powered AI. Like our phones are powered by AI. The internet is AI. Like looking something up before everybody decided to like brand their AI like Google Gemini and Chat GPT and Claude and all that stuff. There's a difference between AI and generative AI. Nobody wants generative AI. Okay, that's the shit that's really fucking up the natural resources. Like, why does Chat GPT even have a feature where like you can animate yourself? My fucking eyes. Seriously, what is going on? Um, but yeah, that shouldn't be a thing. And if they didn't notice the backlash that Baldur's Gate got when they came out and was like, oh yeah, we did use a little bit of AI to help with the game. No, y'all didn't disclose that at first, so that's the right reason why your awards were taken. Stop using AI for video games. Like even Amazon was going to do an AI movie with Andrew Garfield, and I can't remember what director it was, but they just pulled the plug on that. It's like nobody wants AI in their life. Well, generative AI in their life. Okay, like I said, using it for like your phones to like get information, but like uh, wasting natural resources is not worth it in the long run. Because at the end of the day, all you're doing is um, using all the RAM chips, and you're increasing the price of things. Like Apple just announced, like, oh, um, whenever the iPhone 18 gets announced in what September, whenever they do that conference, because they did the WWDC earlier this month with the updates to iOS 27 and whatnot. Those phones are like I was planning on getting a new phone. I don't really need a new phone, but um, I was either going to give my sister that phone or trade it in. Don't know yet because my sister needs a new phone and my phone is perfectly intact, no cracks, nothing like that. Like, cause I take care of my shit. Um, but yeah, I don't really know. I'm over all this AI shit. The bubble just needs to burst. Like people's 401ks are attached to AI. Like I don't want them to lose their money, but I just want like Sam Altman to lose his, and I kind of want Google to take a hit, honestly. Like all these AI, like Elon Musk just became a trillionaire, uh, thanks to SpaceX going public and like Grok AI and all that stuff. I kind of want him to get like bumped back down to a billionaire. Like the bubble just needs to burst. But anyway, here's a break. Drink me some Dubby, mixed with some cherry limeade. I'll let y'all know how it comes. Hey yo, I'll let y'all know how it tastes when the break is over. So be right back. This episode is brought to you by Daveigh. Daveigh gives you focus and energy without the crash and jitters. It has no sugar, fillers, or artificial dyes. Mix 1 packet or scoop into 8 or 12 ounces of water. Stir or shake well. Some powderiness is normal, and it has all the important vitamins. So this has vitamin C, B3, B6, and B12. And it's made from coffee fruit extract. So drink it and go conquer a task. And go to Daveigh.gg and use my promo code Angry Blerd 10 at checkout to save 10% on your order. That's Daveigh.gg with promo code Angry Blerd 10. All right, I am back. It's good, but it gets it a little extra bitter, like with the aftertaste, like just like regular limeade, but still, you know. Woo! Spider-Man, brand new day. New trailer dropped this week by surprise. We got a little bit more things in the trailer. Whoever Sadie Sink is playing, you know, maybe Jean Grey, knows that Spider-Man is Peter Parker, knows about MJ. We now know for a fact that Peter has organic webbing. He crashes through the window of a wedding. Like I've seen like a lot of people splice that scene with the drama, which I was gonna do, but I'm like, motherfuckers, beat me to it. This is what happens when you work a day job. Still don't know what's going on with his eyes, like going full black. Like I said, this is probably like a combination of like Spider-Man Disassembled meets the other. I'm not entirely sure. Check out both those books. The other is written by 4 writers with 4 various artists, or is it 3? It's amazing. Marvel Knights and Peter Parker. So 3 writers, 3 artists. J. Michael Jasinski, Reginald Hudlin, Peter David made. Peter David, rest in peace. And art was by Mike Deodato, Pat Lee, and I want to say Mike Wieringo. May he also rest in peace. Dang, I just realized the writer and the artist of Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man died. Damn. But yeah, we got a better look at Michael Mando Scorpion. Looks like Peter is doing some move shit out the game. Like there's a web blossom attack. Peter is not an ESU student, so he just threw on a sweater and is going to Banner for information. Like I said, we still don't know who Sadie Sink is playing. Tremel Tillman is in the movie playing a guy named Metzger, who in the comics is an anti-mutant activist. So once again, that's kind of the rumor that Sadie Sink is playing Jean Grey. There is a giant shockwave like going across Manhattan, and it seems like everybody is acceptable to it except for Peter and the Punisher, but he might not be. Ned's trying to figure out who Spider-Man is. They actually launched a website called Spidey Tracker, where I guess like they're doing like videos for social media. Obviously, we saw MJ's new boyfriend played by Aman Esfandi, who played Ezra Miller in Ahsoka. Peter like had a web explosion. Don't know what's going on with that. And whoever Sadie Sink is playing takes control of the Hulk, and Peter goes to Frank to ask MJ to take the watch over her. Yeah, I mean, bro, July 31st. I will probably be there the what, the 3rd. You know, I go to movies on Tuesdays since I'm cheap. But yeah, I honestly I can't wait to see this movie. I can wait because you know, but you know, let's go ahead and talk about the other thing, popcorn buckets. So y'all have made it worse for popcorn buckets. Okay, it was real simple about 7 years ago. Like I legit have an Avengers Endgame popcorn bucket is just a square popcorn bucket. Starts small at the top, at the bottom, and gets bigger at the top. A few people are on it. That was all. I didn't buy it because I don't buy popcorn buckets. I also have an Iron Man 3 popcorn bucket. Old school traditional popcorn bucket. Just a bucket with like the poster printed on it. Morbius popcorn bucket, same thing. But these popcorn buckets, they're getting ridiculous. Like AMC has two popcorn buckets in a cup. All right. So the cup lights up, which is cool. That's usually something you see at Halloween Horror Nights. And they have the Spider-Man head popcorn bucket, which I would like, but I believe the closest AMC to me is in Miami, and I'm not going. And they have one of just like the chest. So that's the AMC one. All right, so the Regal popcorn bucket, they have two actually in a cup. The cup is the Spider-Man's chest with the logo. One popcorn bucket is the mask where it looks like Scorpion in one eye. I can't see who's in the other eye. And they have basically Spider-Man on it. Looks like Mr. Delmar's bodega from Homecoming. I mean, yeah, Homecoming. And that one looks also cool. Cinemark. you bastards. All right, so they have three popcorn buckets, three cups, a blanket, and a 32-ounce bottle. So they have 2 10 popcorn buckets. One is wait, I'm sorry. Um, one cup. So it's a Spider-Man brand new day popcorn bucket with just blue Spider-Man like in the foreground. Looks like a bunch of villains in the background with a nice lid of him upside down on his phone. There's also one of like comic book covers and whatnot, and that's the same with the cup. The 32-ounce bottle is just a traditional Spider-Man 32-ounce bottle that you can probably get at like Target or something like that with just like the eyes and like the mask. The blanket is kind of all right, and then they got the combo container, which is a cup and a popcorn bucket. So it is literally Spider-Man shooting a web, right? And in there is the popcorn holder because it like blossoms out. And then in there is a straw for the drink. So I'm like, okay, man, y'all got it. Good grief. And I already know like all this stuff is gonna be expensive. That's why I'm not buying any of it. Although I would like to go to a Regal and see how much the popcorn bucket is. I could probably look it up online, honestly. Let me see if I can actually find it, bro. Popcorn bucket prices. No, I don't. Okay, that's just a different one. Like Fandango has their own, um, but you can buy it from Walmart for $35. Let me see if IGN. Nope, that's just basically the same thing I just read off. So forget it. Um, I'll see if I can find it another time and let you guys know about it. All right, so a show that debuts this Christmas just got a new cast member. Harry Potter. Peeves the Poltergeist will be played by Peter Serafinowicz. I'm pretty sure I butchered his name. It's Peter Serafinowicz, I guess. I don't think I've ever seen this guy, but apparently he provided the voice of Darth Maul in episode 1. Okay, so I've seen him in several things. He was um, Pete in Shaun of the Dead, which I need to rewatch because I don't remember who Pete is. Gareth and Saul in Guardians of the Oh, okay, I know who this guy is now. He was John C. Riley's partner in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's the one who's like, "What a bunch of assholes or a-holes." I can't remember which one he said. He was also the Somali in John Wick Chapter 2, and he was Spittle out in the live-action remake of How to Train Your Dragon. But yeah, he will be playing Peeves the Poltergeist. Uh, I was like, he looks familiar, but I don't know that name. I felt like Kiki Palmer. I don't know this man. Room with him. Yeah, I wouldn't know a thing. So yeah. Apparently he was also on the Tick, I believe. But yeah, so Peeps the Poltergeist, cool. All right. we got a update on my adventures with Green Lantern, and we found out that my adventures with Green Lantern will be centering around Jessica Cruz, and not Hal Jordan, Guy Gardner, Kyle Rayner, or Simon Bass. I feel like I'm missing another Earth Lantern. Oh, or Sir Jonathan Mullen. They might be in the show, but we just know that Jessica is going to be the main Lantern. So, Jake Wright, who is the showrunner, said that. So apparently she will be introduced in episode 3, or is it episode 2? Okay, she'll actually be introduced in this week's episode of My Adventure with Superman, called Mobile Suit Toy Man, and she will be voiced by I know I'm gonna butcher this name because it's Polynesian. Aluli Carvalho, who was the voice of Moana. So yeah, she will be playing Jessica Cruz, and Jake Wyatt said that we already planned for a second season of the show the second episode to showcase how Supergirl in particular was changing the world. We wanted to look at how people had very different reactions to the same Kryptonian. So when the world came down, so when the word came down from Brass that the Green Lantern series was greenlit, we wanted our pre-Lantern Jessica Cruz to give us the girl on the street view of Supergirl. How would a shy, relatively powerless teenager see this powerful young superwoman out there changing the world? What would it look like? What would it be like for Supergirl to see herself through Jess's eyes? So, I mean, cool. I can't wait to check that out. I think a lot of people are kind of pissed that they did not decide to go with Hal Jordan first. I mean, and if that's the case, you motherfuckers should have watched Green Lantern the animated series like a decade ago. And before anybody get in the comment and say, "Well, you didn't," actually fucking did. I watched that, and when they brought back season 2 of Young Justice and Beware the Batman. But yeah, there's that. I will be reviewing the first episode of My Adventures with Superman for season 3 later on this episode. Dead by Daylight is my next story, and I forgot there was honestly a movie in the works from Blumhouse. Jason Blum announced that Thorder Paulson will be directing the Dead by Daylight film. They were doing a live stream for the celebration of the 10th anniversary of Dead by Daylight. Still kind of crazy to believe that this game is still going, and all the other horror survival games that came after it have pretty much died. So like Friday the 13th, Evil Dead, there was another one, but Halloween still hasn't come out, and it's like, why would you make a Halloween game and you like signed the likeness of Michael Myers to Dead by Daylight? I guess they still want to do their own thing, but yeah. So I've never seen anything directed by Thorder uh, Paulson. I'm looking him up right now. He did a movie in 2024 called The Damned. I've never even heard of it. Uh, yeah, I'm looking up this cast. Who was Odessa Young? Never heard of her. Joe Cole. He looks familiar. Okay, he was an episode of Black Mirror. Rory McCann sounds familiar. Hot Fudge. Oh, he was the Hound on Game of Thrones. That's why I know. Yeah, so never seen anything directed by this man, so it's kind of a toss up. Stephen Mullery, who is the chief product officer of what's it called? Behavior Interactive, who is the company behind Dead by Daylight, said that our game is one that's deeply rooted in atmosphere, and it was our goal to find someone with a distinct visual style that's also a master at conveying the dread and tension you feel when you're playing Dead by Daylight. So I haven't been on Dead by Daylight in a good minute. I gotta hit up Ryan and see if she's down to play, because, like I said, I haven't played that game in like 8 years. It's not that I got bored with it. It's just like I just didn't have the time to play it. But my next story is in regards to Xbox. So, as we know, Xbox is going through a lot right now. Harsher Swammers trying to, save a sinking ship. Pulled back on all the a majority of the Xbox games being uh, shared to PlayStation by pulling them back to Xbox, like Gears of War EA, as I told you all. Uh, oh, that's the other thing I want to talk about. Halo. There's a lot of shit with Halo campaign involved. that I need to bring up. I think I saved it on Reddit because I was like, I meant to send this to myself. So hopefully I can find it. Okay, I guess I didn't save it. Um, yeah, see if I can find it in my PlayStation subreddit. But anyway, I just remember that they said that in order to play Halo Campaign Evolved with your friends, uh, you both need a PlayStation account. So you cannot sign. You can't just use like the guest account that you can use whenever you play like certain games. Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. So here we go. Halo Campaign Evolved PS5 players will require an Xbox account and gamer tag to play, as well as PlayStation Plus to screenplay to do split screen co-op. So that's according to a new community Q&A that was posted on Halo Waypoint. PlayStation 5, if you're split screen on PS5, both accounts will need to have PlayStation Plus and be linked to a Microsoft account. Having these active PlayStation Plus subscriptions will also provide access to online co-op play. So I'm like, let me make this make sense. If I'm playing in the house with two people, like me over here and my friend over here, we both need a Microsoft account. Why? Make that make sense. It's like, why are y'all just trying to make shit difficult? I don't even remember if when I played Gears of War Reloaded, if I even had to make a Microsoft account. I probably did, but why? I'm not like, I don't have anything Microsoft in this house besides like Microsoft fucking Office. But yeah, it's just dumb. But let me get back to the main story that I was going to talk about. So, um, Xbox is closing down Ninja Theory. So they're closing down Ninja Theory. They're closing down the company. What's it called? Midwest Games. I want to say they made South of Midnight, which was a award-winning game that takes place like during segregation and slavery times, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry. Compulsion games is what they were called. So yeah, it's like them and Double Fine, three studios that Microsoft purchased within like the past 5-6 years are going to be closing down after they announced a new Hellblade game at Summer Games Fest. So Asher Swarmer and Chief Content Officer Matt Booty were saying that basically like there's going to be a reset at Xbox, and because they overextended by buying every fucking developer out there. Like they bought Activision. Let me see if I can find a list of all this game studios Xbox bought, because it's just ridiculous. Like I don't think like um, PlayStation bought Insomniac and Bluepoint, but they damn near bought everything. So here we go. List of mergers and acquisitions by uh, Xbox, not Microsoft. I don't even think they're gonna have um, Xbox on here. Wait, Microsoft owns AT&T. See, this doesn't help me at all. All right. List of Xbox studios: Bethesda, Activision, Blizzard, King, um, ZeniMax Media. So yeah, they started buying up a bunch of stuff in 2022, and three studios. Like I said, one had an award-winning game that came out last year um, on all systems. Cause I believe Van Lathan, uh, when he brought it up on one of the podcasts I listened to, can't remember what it's called, but they basically do like an end of the month recap of like all the things that they don't have time to talk about on their podcast. And he brought up South to Midnight, and I think he played it on a PlayStation. I don't think he owns an Xbox. I would have to like send him a tweet, double check that. But I'm not like, hey Van, do you own an X? I mean, do you own a PlayStation? um, but yeah, that just sucks because, like I said, I wanted to play Hellblade 2. Um, when the announcement came out that the second one was going to be in development, I went and rebought the first one, but then Xbox bought Ninja Theory, so I never bothered to play it. So yeah, there we go. That sucks. All right. Next story before I get into my reviews. Or do I have more after this? Let me double check. Nope. This is the last story. X-Men 97, season 2. Like I said, coming out July 1st. We got a second trailer, which was basically a roll call trailer. And they decided to show us a bunch of people who were in it. So obviously we know our surviving X-Men are going to be in it. Cyclops, Jean Grey, Wolverine, Nightcrawler, Morph, Rogue, Professor X, Magneto, Jubilee, Sunspot, Cable, Bishop. All right. We also got some more people. So we got a lot of X Factor love in here. So we got Strong Guy, Psylocke, Wolfsbane, Archangel, Siren, Havoc, Multiple Man, and Polaris. Oh, and none other than Emma Frost as well. So we did see Morph shapeshift into Silver Samurai in Deadpool. So I don't know like what's going to happen because I didn't read X Men comics in the '90s. I didn't read comics at all in the '90s. Like whenever my dad would drive us up to South Carolina for like Labor Day weekend and our family reunion, when they still sold comic books in gas stations, I would buy like an issue here or there, but like reading like an arc, no, that didn't happen until I was like 15, and that's when I was like into the Ultimate Universe because that started like the year before I started high school. Ultimate Spider-Man, X-Men, Ultimate Fantastic Four, The Ultimates, things like that. I didn't really read 616 until like I was like 22, 23, 2004. No, 2004. I was 18, so maybe 2005, something like that. Because I started a little bit after the new Avengers started because I was able to get issue 1, and so yeah, something like that. I don't remember. But yeah, I'll be reviewing X Men '97 when that starts as well. I'm going to hit the spoiler alert, and I'm going to talk about the season 3 premiere of My Adventures with Superman, titled "Into the New World." So we basically pick up after Brainiac's defeat, with Clark embracing his role as Superman more confidently than ever, and beginning to think seriously about his future with Lois. And Clark is thinking about settling down, and Lois finds herself conflicted as her career with the Daily Planet begins to soar. Kara is struggling to find her place on Earth, and her and Jimmy are getting closer, and she is trying to figure out who is she going to be outside of Kara Zor-El. They get a tip about a mysterious abandoned project called Caliban connected uh, uh, via LexCorp, and they discover a Kryptonian clone known as B1Z, aka Bizarro, um, who basically escapes and decides to be a hero like Superman um, before the lab explodes. Meanwhile, this whole episode is kind of centered around Halloween. So, um, Daily Planet is doing like some promotion with the Kent family out in Smallville by having kids come out and do apple bobbing, which I always thought was like disgusting. You want people to like just open their mouth and like chew for apples with like various saliva and shit in a bucket. It's just like that's disgusting. Um, Bizarro B1Z helps Superman escape from the lab. Kara gets Lois and Jimmy out, and then found out that Lex and Deathstroke are working together. So, hell of a premiere. Um, can't wait to watch it this Sunday, the day that you guys will be hearing this episode. And yeah, um, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I don't think anyone has anything negative to say about this premiere. But I'm actually gonna watch it again after I'm done recording because um, I'm a little tired from that con. Like my feet hurt. I'm still like wearing my shoes. Like I just came in and just started recording. All right, but yeah, check out My Adventures with Superman. Airs Sundays on Adult Swim, and I'm sorry, airs Saturdays on Adult Swim and airs Sundays on HBO Max. That's the reason why I have to watch it a day late. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try to finish this before the rain knocks my power out or whatever. So, Disclosure Day, directed by Steven Spielberg, written by David Kemp, with a story by Steven Spielberg, stars Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, Colin Firth, Eve Hewson, and Coleman Domingo. David Kellner, played by Josh O'Connor, is on the run from the Wardex Corporation, which is a former cybersecurity. He ran away. He was a former cybersecurity specialist for the company. Kellner actually has an alien device and classified files that will prove the existence of extraterrestrial life in the universe. Um, Vortex has been hoarding the information and using it for its own purposes, such as reverse engineering and whatnot. Um, Vortex leader Noah Scanlon, played by Colin Firth, sends his private army after Kellner. But when a local Kansas meteorologist by the name of Morgan Fairchild, played by Emily Blunt, begins to speak the alien language on TV after interacting with a cardinal in her home, um, he begins convinced that he has to capture both Kellner and Fairchild. All right. Hugo, played by Coleman Domingo, actually worked at Vortex as well. Um, Hugo Wakefield. He was the director of biological access, who was an advocate for disclosure. Um, is working with Daniel, and he eventually gets in contact with Margaret and tells them that they need to team up to disclose this information to the rest of the globe on the eve of World War III. So eventually, Margaret finds Daniel, and then they get found by Hugo, who built a replica of Eve's house, and they have basically one of the alien, I don't know what they are, like a codex or whatever, to deep dive into Margaret's memories, and you find out that both her and Daniel were abducted as children. Daniel was given the universal language, which is mathematics, so he is a mathematical genius. Margaret was given empathy because throughout the movie she was basically showing compassion to people who were kind of a little bit angry. So like she gets pulled over like on the way to work, and she is reading the mind of the cop who is going through a lot, telling him that he needs to, be nicer to his wife and not regret having kids and things like that. So, Scanlon and Vortex all show up to the abandoned building that they're at. The device that Margaret is using makes them all invisible. They go to her news station and get ready to disclose all the information that Daniel stole from Vortex before they can even get the chance to. Scanlon has his associates cut the power, but she uses the alien MacGuffin to power the news station and reveal that aliens are alive in this world. And you also find out that Hugo actually helped one of the aliens escape and reveals to the world that they are. So yeah, that was it. All in all, I like this movie. It's a Steven Spielberg movie. Like, Steven Spielberg does something with his direction and whatnot that just makes you feel warm inside. And like, I honestly never saw Close Encounters, but it felt like I was watching E.T. like dead ass. Like I felt like I reverted back to like my 5-6-year-old self watching this. I don't really have anything negative to say about this movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a nitpick, like Eve Houston's character, who I did not know was Bono's daughter. She was a nun, and she is feeling conflicted as far as like what revealing this information would do to people of faith. And I feel like Daniel was right. Like, everyone has the right to know, like, what's out there. And even like one of the nuns from her monastery is like, yeah, God created us, but you think we were the only ones? No, I'm pretty sure there's other things out there. So yeah, that was the only subplot that I really didn't rock with. But all in all, I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. It gets a 9 for me. Like I said, the religious subplots, that's the only thing that's gonna make it take a bump. Yeah, y'all go see Disclosure Day. I will not be reviewing Toy Story 5. I didn't get it. I still haven't watched Toy Story 4, and it's on the shelf. I just bought the movie just to complete the collection, so I'm gonna eventually get around to watching Toy Story 5, and whatever is in my eye is still in my eye. That's it for this episode of the Angry Blerd podcast. Be sure to rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. Go to w.gg.com. Use my promo code to check out. They are also giving away hats again. If you get the black cream hat, I think, and use the code hat please, you'll get the hat for free. But if you use my code, you can't get both. You'll save 10% on your order, but you won't get a free hat. You'll just save a percentage. So yeah, guys, that's it. I think I'm gonna go take a nap because I'm tired. Peace out.